Hi guys, in this video, I made a wire buzzer game.
The basic idea of this game is that when the loop of the handle touches the wire that's on the board, it completes the circuit and simultaneously lights up the buzzer and the LED. I added a switch and an extra LED to indicate that the game is on. And this is the diagram for the circuit. The materials used are listed down below. Starting off with the base, I marked the places where I'm gonna cut with a pencil. Next, I moved on to cutting the plywood with a saw. You can be creative and choose any size of plywood you want for your project. For the more smaller pieces that are harder to cut, I use a mini handsaw to slowly chip away at the plywood. The same goes for drilling the holes for the components to go through. For safety, I recommend not cutting with the saw directly in line with your body. I then moved on to polishing the individual plywood pieces in preparation for painting them. This step isn't really necessary and you can move on to dry fitting the circuits if you want. Once that's all settled, the next step was to paint and design the cut pieces. I went with white as it best fits the theme that I am going for. My classmate also helped in painting the rest of the design. We went with this sort of racing theme for the project. We then moved on to shaping the wire. You can choose any design you want, it's really up to you. Take your time with this process as it can be very long depending on the design you want. I also use pliers to help me straighten and curve things around. Afterwards, I started with the handle. By recycling an old pen as a handle and threading a wire through it, we can make a very functional handle for the game. Once that's all good, it's time to assemble everything together. Starting with the buzzer and screwing it in place, I then glued the two pillars that help support the wire using a glue gun. I then put some electrical tape around the ends of the wire as a starting and end point for the game. And lastly, secured the ends with a glue gun to prevent it from rotating. Moving on, I then glued the four smaller wood pieces to act as a base and create some vertical space for the circuits to rest. I then moved on to the circuitry. I used a soldering iron to solder the components together. I actually messed up with doing this circuit and had to spend another 4 hours figuring out why, so do take your time with this one. Once that's all done, let's give the game a try. So yeah, here's the finished project and thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.